Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of me, Bellfire, and today we're back in Space Engineers, and as you can clearly see, first off, I want to apologize for this episode coming out so late. I meant to have it done by Friday. Unfortunately, I ran out of time to finish it on Friday, so it's coming out hopefully today, and I apologize about Thursday's episode coming out late. Again, meant to come out on Thursday, coming out today. I apologize about that. But I'm doing something ever so slightly different. You may be wondering what exactly that is. Well, I'm going to be completing the night frame. That's what I've called I'm calling the mech that I've been working on for now. So, basically the mech I was working on in the last episode. Also, one other thing of massive note, I've built some defenses that are arguably needed. They don't take any ammo, they cost power, and can cost up to 40 megawatts of power. So they aren't cheap in any definition of the word, but I do have batteries that are recharging, so that's really all I can ask for. So, let me go ahead and just start basically dragging a line of blocks. Dear Lord. But my goal, really, is to, just put it simply, encase this entire, I'll say, tunnel in steel plate. Just simply to smooth it out, make it look nicer, not just make it look nicer, make the walls look nicer because they look a little bit rough right now. And I will say one good thing about doing this is all the way at the end here, I've struck iron. Believe it or not, I've struck an iron vein while doing this, so I have plenty of resources to do this, so I'm not the most worried. But realistically, my goal is to make this the new base, pretty much move everything from up there down into here. I'm fully aware that's going to take a little while, not a very long time, but that's fine. Mostly. But in all reality, it's not that big of a deal. But realistically, my plan's to go pretty much to here, then split off into a much bigger room. That's the eventual plan. Right now it's just, oh hey, I have a massive underground tunnel that I can build in. Perfect. That's really what it is right now. But that will eventually change. It's not going to change anytime soon. But really all I need to do is come back, smooth out all the terrain. Probably with my hand drill or a vehicle. I'm not sure which one yet. All I know is that the terrain right now is kind of rough. Maybe a little bit too rough. All I know is the respawn mech slightly struggles to move along it, which is not really the goal. The goal is to make it so the respawn mech can drive up and down this freely. It's not at that point currently. And these, unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the angle is significantly too high, I think. Yeah, a lot of this is still, if I'm going to be honest, mildly experimental. But that's beside the point. I guess what I want to do next is, the other reason I like it, or I'm building down there, I don't have to deal with weather. That's the other biggest thing. So what I think I'm going to do is just have a conveyor line pretty much follow this. And it will be the reinforced conveyor line just simply because I have those blocks on me right now. And they're pretty simple to place. And I do still want to allow access, so allow access with the respawn rope mechs. I don't know why I keep wanting to call them rovers when they aren't, they're mechs. You know what, let me go ahead and real quickly just do all of the corners. And then wherever this ends, I can just, or wherever all the welded stuff ends, right here, I'll just simply add a line of, an extra line of build and repair machines. And then pretty much continue doing this as needed. And yes, I'm aware I'm going to need significantly more interior plate than I currently have, along with steel plate, motors, small steel tubes. But it's not like I don't have the iron for it. That was, at one point, the limiting factor. I now no longer am limited by iron, considering how much I have. Also, I'm sure you all noticed the storage upgrade I added. That is just simply because of how much iron I've gotten. And yes, I know I'm supposed to be getting all my resources from raiding. Again, I said that was when we are able to raid. I'm currently not able to raid because I don't have a vehicle to raid. Yes, I will build one as soon as I can. I just haven't really gotten the chance to build one yet. Be it due to a lack of resources, that's pretty much the only time I don't, is the resources. So, okay, let me see. What are we missing? Okay, great, got it. Of assembler 1000. I'll just say 2 interior plate, small steel tube, motors, I'll say 500 of. Large steel tube I need 20, so I'll make 100. And then 21 computers, so another 100 computers. And that's everything. And let me move that to the back of the queue. Man, I really wish the cooperative mode would work, but I have no clue as to why it's not. Alright. What I need is a lot more steel plate. So that way I can actually start expanding down here a little bit and just simply start building. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So, really, add small head, bring it up a few blocks. Then I need a projector. Yeah. I think I have everything. I'm missing 2 computers. You're missing silicon. Car. Oh, that's why none of the other assemblers are working. It's because their car. Ah. I see now. Got it. Okay. Good to know. Let me go ahead and fix that. Yeah, as you can see, clearly I have a very large amount of iron. There, that should help. And by the looks of it, it did. Yes! Man, I love it when that works. Alright. This one has something you do not load. Blueprints. Night frame. Honestly, that is kind of perfect. Only thing, I would like to rotate it 90 and then move it forward by a block, and there we go. Perfect. And if I'm not mistaken, everything here requires steel plate. So this works in my favor. And yes, I'm fully aware I can replace blocks however I want. I'm aware of that. I'm not going to do that though, just simply because it's going to probably save me time just to build off the projection, remove it, and then continue on from wherever I left off. And yes, I have adjusted the leg shape a little bit. One thing I do need to do, where is it? Highlight blocks, keep projection on, please. Show only buildable. There we go. That's going to save me on time. This is always the fun part. So 88, or no, negative 90 is my limit. I would like. There we go. There we go, that works. Then just simply bring this all the way down. Oh, hey! I didn't even realize there's a meteor shower going on. Are there any more, or was that the end of it? Oh, don't tell me that was the end of it. Dang it. I was hoping to show you guys this system actually firing. Build and repair system. You all can fly. Weld before grind. And then the last two things. Help others should be on. And then... where is it? I think I missed it. Ah. Janitor grinds not on blocks. Turn you on, and you should go ahead and get to work. Right? Yep. Alright, and while that works, I'll continue welding this up. Alright, so the annoying part I think will be the armor on the legs. At least I believe. I could be mistaken on that. I hope I am. So, if I'm going to assume how it's going to behave is one side, super easy and simple. The other side, though, that's where things are going to become essentially nightmarish. The most annoying thing, though, is accidentally welding up the wrong block. That is annoying. Oh, I'm out of heavy armor. Or steel plate. That's why. Got it. Alright, there's that. So I guess... since I can now... let me... not a survival kit. There we go. There's all that. I'm mainly surprised by the fact that it's actually keeping up with everything. You know what? I will go ahead and produce or build the other leg. Negative 84. Got it. I'm almost out of hydrogen. Oh.
Fuel low.
I didn't realize I'd gotten that low already. The ship. I should probably go and get some ice soon, shouldn't I? Probably. And the only patch of ice I know is pretty much up there. Well, except for the one patch I found pretty much underground. Yeah, over there. Only problem with that, I don't know how much is over there. So 90 is what I need to readjust to. Got it. I will say, the plugin loader has saved me hours of work. That's the only reason I use it, is due to the amount of time it saves me. Oh, I should mention that I do use the, well, as I just stated, I do use the plugin loader. It has caused me to crash, I think, twice. But other than those two times I've crashed, it seemed to have worked fine. Single or multiplayer. The only thing I've noticed is when I'm playing multiplayer, the people I'm playing with tend to see a solid projection of what is actually there. I accidentally booted up Space Engineers without it, and I saw what they meant. And I now know their confusion. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and walk. So it can reach all the way over here. Wow. Okay. That one was definitely placed wrong. Alright, there's that. That one. That. And yes, I know I can make that a lot simpler, but I know myself and I will want to run the conveyor lines as close to inside the floor as I can. So I might as well start doing it and then continue later. So it can reach down to here at least. Well, now it's just the waiting game to see exactly how far. Hang on a second. Don't I have you set to farthest first? Fly, weld before grind. Gender grind. Ah. So is it... Yeah, it's only on the grind priority. Got it. Okay. I'm gonna trust it. Oh yeah, I should also mention that the... Oh no, you aren't supposed to rotate. Let me go ahead and fix that. Oh my lord, that was amazing. Oh wow, that is amazing to watch. Unfortunate, but amazing nonetheless, because if I'm being honest, the limit for this should be like 15, I think. Actually, I should probably just... scroll it all the way down to negative 15. Or to 15. Yeah, that's good. Then I'll just simply do the same over here. 15. And if you're wondering how quickly I'm scrolling, I have a mouse that allows me to lock and unlock my scroll wheel. Okay, I thought I broke my scroll wheel for a second. I got very concerned. Oh. So it can reach up to here? Yep. The paint. Then I do want, like... Well, no, these are just steel plate. So let me go ahead. This will basically just help me build whatever I'm constructing at the moment. Let me go ahead and set you to grind before weld to get rid of the blocks that are here. There we go. And I realize that is the wrong color. That is way wrong. There we go. Really, I didn't paint that one. I'm pretty sure I painted that one. Right? I thought so. And then, while I can... all of you... fly... weld before grind... help others... grind not on blocks. And then turn on. There we go. That is... okay, that armor does not look right. Dust, concrete. Rusty armor? Yeah, that looks right. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, what are you all missing? A lot, is what I'm saying. Okay. So, what I'll go ahead and do... Production. In the assembler. I'll say 3,000... Construction component. Oh! I didn't realize there was a difference. 1,000 those. Like 3,000 of those. 2 of those. Or 2,000 of them. Construction. Then 3,000 motors. And I'll do it in numerical order. There. Okay, good. That should help. I guess while that works, I'll try to finish welding this up on my own. I will say building this has been pretty fun. At least building the bare bones version of it. Definitely an interesting experience. And the reason... What am I trying to say? I honestly have no idea. That's great. Let me go ahead and put these exact components that I need right now in. And the assembler. And then basically tell everything to take a back seat. So that way I can finish these. And I'm almost certain I have plenty of iron. If I run out, I'm glad I have plans to expand. Oof. Oh, that was an autosave? Really? Causing that bag of a lag spike. There we go. That's always good to see. Man, its construction quantity is going up. And quick, too. Nice. And these are already being built. Yes, I can show you guys finally. Finally. After I figure out where it's coming from. If it's coming over or from over here, the pretty much directly above. Great. So they do work, as you all can see. I just don't have any pointing vertical. Oh, man. But they work pretty well, all things considered. And I will say that was the first ever vertical meteor shower I've seen. Neat. That's pretty cool, honestly. Fully recharged in -5 hours. Okay, then. What? Oh, no. Oh, dear. This will be intriguing. I will say there's a reason I have not built any more metal grids. Interior plate. There we go. That should help significantly. At least with my current construction. As far as this goes, though, that's a whole nother story. I am really not trying to weld anything up. You know what? It's working, so I'm not going to complain. Okay, I might complain a little bit. Also, before I forget, since I'm still using this, and then hinge lock off. There we go. I'm just going to stow those for now, so I can actually see what's going on now. Perfect. Alright, so now the only thing that is left are all of the conveyors. I am almost out of hydrogen again.
Fuel.
But you all are not going to have too great of a time. Oh, also, if you all haven't noticed, my grinder is a tier 3. You may be wondering, how in the world did you get tier 3 grinder? Well, that is surprisingly simple. I'm going to put a picture of them up right now, but I had a few raiders come with the highest tier guns and grinders, and they just simply attacked me. What I wound up doing was just a combination of using one of their rifles, believe it or not, and then my base defense system against them, and that did pretty well. I do have a surplus of them. So let me go ahead, set a decent chunk of components into production. I know I don't need this many. It's just simply to get that stuff down there done. Also, while I'm here, I should probably refill this again. I am almost completely out of ice. Oh dear. Got it. I need to get significantly more ice. Okay, well, I guess while I'm down here, I could probably... Can't really do too much work on this since... You're kidding me. Why would you go ahead and put the metal grids in? I mean, it makes sense, if I'm being honest. It makes some sense. But let me guess, neither of the pistons are done. That's honestly to be expected. None of the rotational bits in the... This is the closest I can get to a ball joint. Basically what it is it's a rotor, hinge, then another rotor. That's the closest I've been able to get. There are probably other ways to get significantly closer, but the closest I've been able to get is that. So I'm missing a lot of small steel tube. Alright, that's simple enough. Produce 1,000 small steel tubes. That should be plenty to help me weld this thing up. Or help finish up whatever is still missing. I kind of wish it would stay wireframe, basically telling me, hey, these blocks don't have heavy armor, and so on and so forth. Because with that one, I'm going to think, oh, hey, that one's perfectly fine. None of them are perfectly fine. Let me just bite my tongue for a second, because a lot of these are nearly done. Oh my lord. Okay. Let me real quickly... Where is it? Where am I? There are my connectors. Okay, then just simply set all of this stuff into production. And the assembler. Just need to move all this stuff to the back of the line for the third time. And there we go. Just need to let it build. I mean, they are building this pretty well, all things considered. I mean, the fact that they're doing it on their own with most of the, I'll say control components off. Oh, they're doing pretty good, which is mildly shocking. Yeah, construction components and motors. I had a feeling. And you know what? While they work, I'm going to... Ow. Ooh, that hurt. Dang it! Oh man. The other thing I did off camera was paint right in my parking bay. But by the look of it, the paint came undone when I painted the entire base. I see now. So there's mine. Then Reich's was this dark crimson to match his respawn row. Mech. There we go. And I'm going to go grab that unknown signal, which is 3 kilometers. Oh, that way. I don't think I'll be able to grab that, now that I actually look at it. Maybe. Oh, other thing I did that I should probably mention. I upgraded both respawn mechs. You may be wondering, how have they been upgraded? They have more storage. The base has 2 more gyroscopes. So it writes itself more aggressively now, which I personally think is a good idea. And then also, like the initial respawn mech, it has a build and repair system on the top. Woo! I am glad everything was alright there. Okay, well, I mean, that doesn't look too bad to get. And I will be honest, that kind of looks like a natural cliff. Or overhang, I should say. That would be interesting to base in, because I've never really based in an overhang before of any kind. Oh, it looks like it's stuck on the wall. Got it. Never mind, not stuck on the wall. I got it. We're good. Okay, stuck on the other side. Got it. So you know what? I'll just go and grab it. Should be significantly safer that way. Oh, see? What? Oh, it's rolling. Well, I'm going to struggle to grab this then. I think. Oh yeah, rainbow drill. I've had that. If you would let me see what's in your cargo container, please. Really? Now you're rolling this way. No. There. That's all I really wanted. I don't know if I visited that processing plant yet. Okay, I will say painting the respawn rover red, very good idea. It no longer blends in as well to the terrain. Alright. Okay, so I'll save that for another day, I'm thinking. Who knows, that might be the first place we pirate, or that Incon DBS lookout tower. That's probably going to spawn some reinforcements, so... What is that? All the way up there. Yeah, what in the world is that? I'm not sure, and I don't really like that. It's big, whatever it is, considering I can see it from here. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy looking at the thing flying in the sky. Dang it. Come on. Come on, there you go. Good job. I mean, it's still moving, so that's really all I can ask for. Was there a fight I'm not aware of? I'm genuinely curious because I have no idea. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to go take care of something real quick. I'll see you all in just a second. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back, and let me look. So this is almost done. This is getting done surprisingly quick. I'm kind of shocked, if I'm going to be honest. It's the pleasant shock. Don't tell me I'm out of steel plates, please. There we go. That'll make things easier. And then I'm just now realizing I might need to make this tunnel taller. Just simply due to the height of this mech, or of, I'm going to call them knights of this knight already. And it's not done yet. Yes, it is elevated a couple blocks off the floor, but that doesn't change the fact that this thing is tall. And shockingly so. Production. I'm going to need more steel plates, so let me go ahead and make 10,000. Just to be safe, because I still have everything on this to weld up, and then all of the other frames that still need to be welded up. As you can see, everything being worked on. But it shouldn't take all too long. Yeah. Let me guess. You're full again. Excuse me, sorry about that. I love it when the assemblers get too full to work. I really don't like it. It is honestly really annoying. But there, that should help. Yep. There we go. Dear Lord. So these have a... so heavy armor does have a functional. Heavy armor and light armor has a functional. I didn't realize that. Good to know. I mean, in all reality, I could build this while it's kneeling. The only problem will be getting it out. Unless I make 2 customized hangers that... I could do that. Because I'm hoping we will only need 2 of these. So what I was thinking I could do is make basically 2 hangers, either side. Basically build one of these, then go over like that way. Or move it over that way somehow. Armor it up. Maybe. I still need to figure the rest of it out. The fact that it is keeping up. Oh, I was worried about that. Okay, that makes things slightly more complicated. Unless I put corner lights in. Or extend this down to there. Okay, there are solutions that I didn't quite look at yet. But the fact that I can just move them right now is hilarious to me. I love that fact. But dear Lord, okay, so most of them, some of them are going to appear as unfinished due to a lack of metal grids, I believe. Alright, well, hey. Alright, so I don't think I will do any more creative mode builds. Unless it's something really unhinged, unheard of, whatever the verbiage you want to use. Basically, if it's something I want to build but have no base for, I might head over to the creative mode to build it. But I just had a thought about this, which might actually help me with the upper legs. Because the lower legs I'm pretty much mostly happy with. The only thing that I was concerned about are around the ankles. Because now that I know blocks can connect right there, that is highly concerning. Also, I don't have one for heavy armor. Interesting. Well, I only need a heavy armor plate for now. I only need 2 of them specifically. And let me see, what one would be good to basically say, hey, this is off limits? Honestly, if I had like a very small and very, very thin piece, that would work. I mean, that would also work. That one might work the best, if I'm being honest. Okay, let me see. What are you missing? 16? Motors, construction components. Motors, or construction components, motors, there. Problem solved. I should not be missing anything now. And then let me also turn your displacement up. Actually, no, down, because I want you pretty much in the floor. That works. Alright. Alright, so transferred from creative into survival. From what I can tell, no problems. Nice. Oh man, that's always exciting. What are you? Motors. So I'm guessing I've produced enough construction components. I'll produce a few motors now. To help everything. Then, what I will do is just simply cause this thing to crouch. I'll also rotate it slightly. There we go. Alright. So yeah, this is what I'm dealing with currently. And I'll be blunt, oh, it's raining. Great. Amazing. It has a surprising amount of mobility already. Considering if I were to cut it off now, it would rest exactly like that. I'm not going to cut it off because that would be a mistake. Because this did take a couple seconds to build. Auto. And you're gaining energy, right? Yeah, by the looks of it. Okay. The more and more I look at this, the more and more I realize I will need to essentially make it so that I can either raise the ceiling, which I'll show you real quick. I barely have room. Or drop the floor down. Which means if I were to do that, I would need to drop all this down. But if I were to drop all this down, I can make this a constant gradient instead of the current gradient. And yes, that was the creative mode tools. No, the only times I use them are to either look for something or just trying to plan out. The main reason I use them, if I can think, which that seems to be difficult today, which is always fun. The main reason I use it is surprisingly simple. It's just simply so I can look around and figure out, oh hey, this is what's currently going on. That's the biggest reason I do it. The other reason I don't do this on camera, but a lot of these crafts I see flying, I've seen in the past, and I want to see how they've been updated. And by I've seen them in the past, I mean in past playthroughs. So more often than not, it's more of a curiosity to see, oh hey, so this changed on this. Interesting. And then sometimes it's just a morbid curiosity to see, oh hey, this... Some of them I've seen have just been insane with the things they have spawned with. That's the most common one. Me looking at something, realizing, you spawned with what now? And then just looking away. Because I've been scared. I will be blunt. Some of these crafts that I've seen have scared me. Pretty bad as well. Okay, my biggest question, do I have... Oh my lord, I don't have enough room down here. Okay, well, first of all, you need your inertia tensors on and significantly more torque. I don't have enough room down here. Oh my lord. Well, I mean, I have kind of enough room. Barely. Reason I say that, if I... Wait a second. Oh, this isn't even centered in the room, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, to make a very long story short, no, the room is not even. Let me go ahead and reverse these down, because that's good information. The other thing is I may want to make this thing a little bit either higher off the ground or figure something else out to do with the feet. Because right now the piston's about to break the foot. Well, no, I can't make it higher, because if I make it any higher, then I don't have room to build. Unless I build in parts. Because all of the timing will be in the torso anyway. So I can make essentially a basic timer inside here. Attach it to this, walk it out. I'm not sure. I'll figure something out. But as of right now, I guess I can go ahead and start or continue building. 10, 11, 13, all of these. I'll turn off. Just simply so I can have a little bit of peace while I'm building, so I don't... I thought I turned you off. What's your number? 9. I had a feeling I needed to turn off 9 and 8. I wasn't certain on it, though. Okay. So first things first, let me go ahead and deposit my metal grids. There we go. Now, the fun bit. Yay! Okay. So I don't think that's going to move at all. I mean, it'll probably be adjusted. Like right now, I'm just simply going to switch it to a merge block. So what I will do... Heavy. There, 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 there. And then I also want plates. There we go. Heavy water converter. What? Oh my lord. What do you do? Oh, sounds like another meteor shower. I'm concerned and morbidly curious now. I'm going to ignore that for now. Oh my lord. Okay, hang on. Give me a second.
Fuel low.
Oh, Ghost of Clang. Got it. I'm pretty much out of ice inside of this thing, aren't I? I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure I am. This ship only. Okay, I'm officially out of ice. Great. Okay, so that just simply means I need to head up there, get a full thing of ice. I'll probably do all that off camera. But hinge, rotor, there we go. So with those, then I'm going to go back a page, go merge block, because I know I'm going to need those. Timers I'll put here. I know I'm going to need programmable blocks, projectors. Okay, I had an idea. It's a bad one, but I think it's going to be fun. AI flight block. Or more accurately, making it so it can be a automated mech, basically. 3,000 meters a second for the projectile speed, 2,500. These are going to consume massive amounts of energy, I bet. But honestly, that's fine. What else do I need? I'm going to get some welding pads because I have a feeling will need those. All those. Oh. And then, of course, can't forget about... I could have used the square pistons. No! Oh, that is a mistake and a half on my part. Oh, well, that should be fine. Nope. There we go. basically, the goal with this is to make it so that I can quickly disconnect it. Wait, didn't I just not have the construction components? You know what? I'm not going to ask. Alright. I do have something I need to go take care of, so I'll be right back, but I should be back relatively soon. I'll see you all in just a minute. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back, and I haven't done too much off camera. All I did was adjust how this thing is mounted, because I didn't really like how it was mounted before. And I need to keep myself in line that one thing I've struggled with this build specifically, because the whole point of this build is to be a modular armor mech. So what that means in specific details, yes, it's a mech. Long story short, yes. More complicated answer, it's a highly customizable mech that is meant to allow anyone to customize it to their liking. That's why it has the merge blocks for all the armor. If y'all haven't watched the previous episode on this one, I recommend you do. The previous one, I basically got the thigh, shin, and parts of the foot done. At least designing them. So today I've just simply brought it into the survival mode, along with I'm planning to build on it still. The biggest thing is, well, to put it simply, it needs to come up to about here. Sorry, give me a second. I am using a reference. Where, you know what? When that loads. So yes, I'm using a reference. I'm going to say that simply now. I am. But basically, the armor, that one of the customizable pieces of armor is going to pretty much drape over top of this. I'm calling it a ball joint. I know SC doesn't have ball joints. This is my attempt to make one to the best of my ability. If you all don't know what it is, it's a rotor, hinge, and then a third rotor right in here. Which, honestly, I think this will work pretty well. I'm not sure yet. I'll definitely figure that out later. But as of right now, I guess really all I can do is build up the armor to figure out exactly how I want this thing's waist to look. Because realistically, I don't want the waist to go any higher than maybe here. Maybe. But that's also not including any of the armor that can be added, so I'll go ahead and place this one here. Or no, I won't make any of the armor essentially pre-built. But I will extend that all the way up. Then I want a small there we go. So pretty much that is the height I'm looking at, roughly. So then what I can do, thinking at least, block then. Because I do need to keep in mind that this thing will, or does, need the ability to have armor put onto it. So if I'm being honest, the legs might be a little bit too close together for that. Not again. Oh man, that is unfortunate for me. because that's just simply a lot of work. That's just a lot of work that needs to happen that I don't fully want to do, but it, like I said, needs to happen. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll extend them by a block because... Should I do a block or two? I'm thinking one block. Yeah, one block should be alright. Oh, great. I need to make a staircase. I need to make a staircase up. Because I'm pretty much out of hydrogen. And my respawn mech does not have any ice. Yep. You should have some. The ship only. Oh no. That means I'm just out. Alright, so a little bit of a break from building. I need to get some ice. Which means I need to go around the base pit. Not get stuck in a tree. And don't flip as well. But I need to head over... Okay. To the... Oh wait, I have ice over here. Yeah, I could use that one. Or I could... I'm going to use this one because it's significantly closer. Because I could head all the way up here on that mountain, but I wouldn't be able to see. At least while driving up, which, if you all don't know, that's a very bad combination. Not being able to see and driving up a mountain. Yeah, that's a notoriously bad combination. All right. Silicone, magnesium, silicone, ice. I should have dropped off all my stuff first. Don't know why I didn't. But it's a little bit late for that now. Okay, yeah, and I can run back up that, which is good news. So this is all magnesium I'm currently just mining through. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of surprised there's this big of an ice vein right here. Yep, all through this. How much ice do I have now? Honestly? GPS. There. You know what? That honestly is enough for right now. I cannot stress that enough. That's enough for now. Because realistically, I do not want my respawn mech completely full of ice. But I will say this is less than a kilometer away, so I will go ahead and pick this one up. Yeah, honestly, this one's pretty close. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to complain. Oh, glamour gloves. Nice. Yeah, other color. Yeah, this is a grind. Oh, I already have 12K. I mean, I don't think money take space credits. Don't take No, they do take some volume. Alright, there we go. And time to continue heading back. My biggest hope is I don't accidentally plunge into the new tunnel. That would be horrible if I did that. But now that I have some extra ice, I feel significantly more comfortable. So that means I can actually continue building. Okay. Ooh. Please make it. Please? I really do not want to fall back. You know what? Honestly, all things considered, that went shockingly well. Worst, I am shocked that went that well. Oh, great, and parallax ships. Okay, so now I know to be careful. Because if I'm not careful while driving around the base, there's a chance I will hit a pothole, flip, and land inside of the base hole. Or the base tunnel. Got it. And then I found the best way to park is just to turn off, hit P, hop out. And there we go. So, let me go ahead, fly all the way back down here again. Because I need to do something that's not the most fun. Now, I could do one of two things. I could move it Wait a second. Oh, wait. I think I have a pretty simple solution. Just flip the angle on this. Do I... Why did I not have the landing gear of all things? There we go. So now this is always a little bit risky, I've found out. Well, really, it's this bit right here that I'm about to do. There's 1, 2. Let me go ahead, share your inertia tensor. There we go. The wiggle. Okay, yeah, that wiggle is the concern. Not the. 3, there we go. Then, if I were to, say, angle you up, then have you, or I should say, extend you out. I'll extend you past. I will say I've fought with this thing a couple times, mainly debating how wide it should be. Yes. Y'all did hear me say that, right? I fought with this thing debating on how wide it should be. But honestly, this one I'm thinking I might stick with. Let me also go ahead, build myself a little platform so I can actually work without falling off. There we go. Yeah, that's the concern I constantly get whenever I do something like that. Because trust me when I say this, if that goes wrong, it will go horribly wrong. Not, oh yeah, no, it'll be fine. No, never like that. Always, or typically, at least for me, it's a catastrophic disaster. Here we go. Please don't connect somewhere weird. You connected somewhere weird, but that's fine. Yeah, that flexing it. I just love it when it flexes like that. I'll have that extend while I'm working on this. I don't want to say anything, but I want to say something. The fact that I'm still on the block, even though I am not standing on anything, is amazing to me. And yes, I would prefer to use these weld pads over the merge blocks, even though yes, I do lose the materials in the welding pad. I will say this, they are significantly cheaper than merge blocks, and as said in the description, you don't need the extra space you need with merge blocks. All right. Honestly, I'm shockingly happy with the size of that. Of course, that is the rough size of it, but I'm still shockingly happy with it. Huh. I thought I would be a little bit less happy about it, but nope. Then I'm going to get a little bit greedy here. Can I get away with this being right there on each side? Well, I should test one side first, then go for the other. Yeah, it seems fine. And then you can, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but the base is firing at meteors outside again. So I'm a few blocks past. There, that should be good. There we go. All right. Now let's continue building. So then I'm thinking the hinges will the hinges will go here on either side. Then do I want this to be a little bit more flat? I'm kind of leaning towards no. Because, I mean, if it were to sit, both legs would kick out to 90. At least if it were to sit like it's sitting on a chair. I'll say that much. So then what I can do is I can pretty much grab one of these. I will say, downside about building in survival, you don't have a mirror mode. So you need to do everything. No, not that one. Not that one. I'm surprised it's not this one. Kind of. Just kind of, though. Not too much. So then I'm assuming it's going, the block I'm looking for is going to be in here. I mean, realistically, that's the closest one I have. And honestly, I think that's the one I need. Heavy armor slope transition. I need that inverted. So if I'm not mistaken, this one should go, yep, here. And then the inverse goes right there. Alright, then I need these. Then I think that's under 5. Oh, look at that. It is. And I will say, good thing about this, it leaves me plenty of room on the inside for... So, one thing I've learned, never put programmable blocks in areas that could potentially be disconnected. What I mean by that, if it's a flyer, and if it's a flying mech, don't put any AI in the legs, because if you lose your legs, you're losing the AI. And if you're wondering why I'm so certain when I speak, it has happened to me 6 times already. Or it's happened to me more than 6 times. I'm to put it simply, I'm speaking from experience. So then one thing I know I'll have to do is figure out what I'm going to do in front of these. Because let me go ahead and reverse that. Because, I mean, when that's all welded up, I think that's going to look pretty good. Yeah, my biggest concern is that it'll cause some weirdness with the hinge. But if I were to put a half block there, hide most of the hinge, that would essentially eliminate that problem entirely. Half. I could not see that block. Oh, there it is.
Meteor storm inbound.
Even then, I could still barely see it. Alright. So with that, that's all looking pretty good. The feet I'm taking a break on because I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do those. And I'm building this as if I'm the one armoring it again. Which I really need to stop doing because I'm not. Because realistically... Ooh, that might be interesting. This might be a horrible idea, but it'll be interesting none the least. I just realized, how am I going to get to that one? I mean, simply, since that's only a heavy armor slope. There we go. So now that means that the armor, if I can, thank you, get out. I'll be right back after I hopefully fix that. I'll see you all in just a second. Never mind. Apparently that was only projector weirdness. Thank the Lord. Okay. Yeah, I was sweating. Okay, so now with that in consideration, that the armor is actually going to be this entire outer frame, that means I need to figure out how I'm going to connect to those without touching them. Well, I mean, obviously, it's not going to be light armor, it's going to be heavy. It's going to be like that. So then, there's that, there's that. Basically, I want it so that when I say, it's going to be able to disconnect. So I'll remove those as well. Unless I make the armor just simply... I mean, I could make it so that the waist armor is not modifiable, but then where would the fun be in that? My biggest current... Nice. Great. Thank you guys so much for coming right now while I'm underground. Okay, I will say rotors are sometimes the hardest. But I do have an idea. And it's not necessarily a good one. Oh, I love it when that happens. So where is the... Do I not have a round? I should have a round armor piece. Cylindrical column. I need 2 of these. Okay, so this part is going to be a little bit risky, I think. Because I need a piston, or more accurately, I need 2 with mag plates on either end. I'm pretty sure I have enough for 1, not both. I'm going to double check though. Thought so. There we go. But if you're wondering what exactly I'm doing, simple. Risky, but pretty simple. I'm going to grab both legs, detach them, from their rotors, then place new rotors there, pretty much.
Energy low.
Oh, great. Man, if it's not one thing, it's another. So then the biggest thing is having the 0 face forward. And then at this point, I can probably go ahead and get rid of the projector. I probably should. Then 9, 9. Wait a second. The other biggest thing that I kind of need to know, there's the line. Let me go ahead. Rotor, where's rotor displacement? Does that setting only open braking torque? It'll be negative 45 on this one. Zero, 1, attach, and then rotor displacement all the way out. But that was the goal. So then I can weld this all the way up. Oh, I learned new blocks, apparently. From Ace. Okay, sure. Why not? And don't worry, I will continue working on this off camera. So hopefully by the time this series comes around again, in a couple weeks, I'll have this done finally. And that setting's kind of useful to keep. Yep. 5 there, then 9. 9. Thought so. $90, 0. There we go. So I actually don't want that
Energy
block there.
critical.
Yes, yes, I know, I know. 5 there, then 9, 9. And I know you all probably won't be able to see exactly what I was looking for, but for those of you who play Space Engineers and don't know, each rotor part, or each rotor and its part, has markings on them. For example, this rotor right here has markings pointing at, or it has angle markings, and then the head itself has a marking indicating which way it'll be pointing, or it's 0. But I need to go recharge real quick. But for those of you who don't know that, now you do, and hopefully when you are building a, let's just say a walker, for example, hopefully you'll be able to build it a little bit easier without needing to guess which way it's going to spin. Basically, knowing which way is forward on a rotor typically helps. Another big thing, hinges also have an indicator. So every single hinge, I'll just go ahead, pull this out. So every single hinge has an identifier, the 2 white lines on this one, and then on the 3x3 has the single, and then on the large grid one, it also has that single. That points towards its negative direction. So for those of you who didn't know that, now you know that, and I hope that helps you all continue on building whatever you're planning. Or it helps just in general, because when I learned it, I was slightly upset and basically said, "You're kidding me," when I found out. Because keep in mind, I've been building mechs for a little bit, not the longest time, at least not in SE, and I've loved the concept. The biggest thing I'll say is it's not easy, and not for people, well, I don't want to say that. It's more for people who are, even then that doesn't sound right. Biggest thing I can say towards mech building in Space Engineers, don't get discouraged. If something doesn't work the first time, try it a different way. I cannot tell you the amount of times while building this thing's knees, it clanged out on me. Either because I designed something wrong or forgot to turn something off. That has happened once. I was unhappy when I realized, I was unhappy when I realized I didn't turn off a hinge, and that caused it to clang out. So the biggest thing I can say with Space Engineers is there are so many variables and so many things can go wrong, but don't get discouraged if something goes wrong. Just simply realize, oh hey, this broke, let's fix it. Or let's design it differently so it won't break next time. That's the biggest thing I can say is, oh hey, something broke? Alright, we're going to design it differently next time so it doesn't. Or, this thing's ill-equipped to go on ore mining runs. The respawn rover, for example. The respawn mech, dear lord, is ill-equipped for efficiently making ore runs. You know what? To make it slightly more efficient, all I did was add more, not batteries, but cargo containers. So the biggest thing with space engineers I found is don't stop innovating. Don't stop working on a project because you get discouraged. Take a break from it if you feel like you're getting overwhelmed by it, but don't just stop outright. But beside that point, I'm ranting. I want to see some sparks fly. And only good sparks. I am glad I turned those on. But yeah, as far as this entire bit goes, it's going to need significantly more work, but I'm used to building stuff off camera, so I'm used to saying, oh hey, this doesn't work. It blow up in my face. Realize, oh hey, this really doesn't work. And I eventually get it working. Unfortunately, it's typically off camera, but I do try my best to remember the changes I've made so you all can follow along if you are building this like me. But I will say, I do have plans to publish this on the workshop once it is done. I'll publish it in the mod collection for the series. So, before I forget, let me see. How many? 159? So 200 it is. Don't tell me you're full. And you're full of iron. I should probably add a couple extra cargo containers just so I can store a little bit more of the iron that I have. And let me guess. There's no way. Yeah, I didn't think I was out of cobalt. Another thing I will mention that surprisingly helps, if you need, don't be afraid to color code stuff. I have learned that is more helpful than you would believe initially. Yeah, but if you need to color code something, don't be afraid to do it. Because, like for example this, I can change the color of this to white, that way I can see what all's connected to it. I'm going to change it back to red though, because I just find that more helpful. Same, like for example, the knees, or the pistons that power the knees, are still the basic color I initially used. You may be wondering why. Well, it distinguishes them from every other part. But unfortunately, that's all the time I have for today's episode, so I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that amazing stuff, and I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye, guys!